Hello YouTube and welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, site to race number 13 of the NRSL Coke Vanilla Cup Series, season number 5. And just kind of waiting on that first car to go out, and it's going to be the 42 of Mark George in the Haviline Dodge. Comes into this race 23rd in the owner's points, so the good news is the Chip Ganassi Racing Dodge will race, which, you know what, based on last season, is a step in the right direction no matter what anyway. Mary Shelley comes into this race 32nd in the owner's points and will have to make it in on speed as she does not have the past champions provisional any longer to fall back on. DNQ'd last week as a result and looking for better here this week. RJ Reynolds, also one of the Go homers, 41st in the owner's points for the 44 team. Just trying to build some momentum basically. They've been able to show signs of speed, and it was a very good Coke 600 for him. Just didn't get the result that they deserved. Was on pit lane at just the wrong time, unfortunately, and that's the way it is in auto racing sometimes. So hopefully they can make the race again here and put on another good showing, get a finish that they do deserve this time. Christopher Pierce, the breast cancer awareness 41 car, comes into this race 26th in the owner's points, so we'll need a good run here, trying to build a little bit of a cushion there towards 31st, starting to get into that danger zone of will they fall out if they do have a bad run. So Henry Williams in the 77 will have to make it in on speed, obviously. They got the chance to try and attempt the Coke 600, did not make it, unfortunately. And for the 77 team, they are 51st in the owner's points coming in, but not terribly bad considering they haven't made every single attempt. Okay, wow. Didn't think we were already at that point. Usually I get like farther into the field at least a little bit. Mark George in car number 2, just getting out on track right now. 48th in the owner's points for the Blue Deuce, and so they will have to make it on speed. They're looking for just something positive. That's what they're looking for. They DNQ'd last weekend, trying to turn around here. Cole Deaver with the Elvis Presley number 8 this week. That's kind of fitting considering we're in Vegas. Basically the home of the Elvis impersonators. Currently 12th quickest. They will race 22nd in the owner's points for the DEI Chevrolet. Up to 4th quickest now on the speed charts after that one. Now down to 5th. So Henry Sanford in the Domino's Pizza 00 is currently 11th quickest. 21st in the owner's points. Drafting with his teammate there actually just in front of him. In the 44. Henry is the only one of the Michael Waltrip racing cars to be locked into the race, so that's at least something to be positive about for that team. Zach Rogers in car number 10. The Valvoline Dodge this week, currently 21st quickest, now up to 11th as they are 16th in the owner's points coming into this race. Not much to say there. They didn't have the best of showings at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Not really of their own doing, just kind of got caught in someone else's wreck, unfortunately. But it is what it is. They'll look for better things here. James Quall is the FedEx Ground Chevrolet. Currently is 20th quickest on the speed charts. They are 7th in the owner's points coming into this race. So doing a spectacular job. Probably the best that the 11 team has done in its existence in the series. So definitely its best in quite some time. Amy Shelley, the Altel Dodge, currently is 5th quickest at 26.86. And they are Where are they at in points? I just didn't see him. 6th in points for car number 12. So they will race. I knew that much. It's just a matter of where again. Just looking for a solid result basically and try and help themselves make the owner's chase basically, because if you can make the top 10 you are into the owner's chase and into the regular chase as well. All that good stuff to just try and go for a championship. Tristan Wilhoit, the Nintendo Wii Ford Fusion, currently 3rd in the owner's points, 25th on the speed charts, so looking to make an adjustment there on pit lane, I would imagine. We'll have to see how they can do and if they can better that time at all. William Brock, the Interstate Battery Toyota. No, is it Toyota or is it Chevy? I think it's a Chevy actually, I'm sorry. They will have to make it in on speed. I'm all over the place on this, I don't know why. 34th in the owner's points coming in for car number 18 this season, so currently 9th quickest on speed charts, so I guess they don't really need to make too many adjustments to that car. Zachary Fitzwater, currently 6th quickest, and this is a guy who definitely needs a good qualifying effort and good race, definitely, because the 19 car, after a DNF last week, is 30th in the owner's points coming into this race. So right on the bubble and about 50 points to the good, I would say, actually. So definitely no real comfort area there for Fitzwater this week, and so he is definitely one of those people that he knows the experiences of being a go-go homer, so doesn't want to revisit that. Stephen Paul III in the 23 with the red splitter this week. 17th quickest, and they are 29th in the owner's points, actually in a tie with Zachary Fitzwater, so worth mentioning that. Pollard also needing a strong run right now. I would imagine he's not going to be getting a strong starting spot. Dylan Young currently has the quickest time of the session. The Pepsi Chevrolet is 18th in the owner's points, so still looking for that first top 5 of the season as they come into Vegas, race 13 of the season. Seth Cole, the GMAC Chevrolet, the National Guard car, currently is 20th quickest, but will race. That's the important part. 25th in the owner's points, so also not terribly safe coming into this race. Although he is 100 points clear of 31st, so that is something to be considerate of, I guess. I don't know. Jeffrey McCullough, the Irwin Tools Vice Grip Ford, 3rd quickest right now on the speed charts, and they need to make it in on speed. 49th in the owner's points for the 26 team. Right now it seems like they've been the test car almost, if you would say so, I guess, with the Roush Racing team, because they've been the one car that has not been able to really show the same exact speed week in, week out as the others. So looks like they've got speed though this week. Samed Ozkan in the Pennzoil Platinum Chevrolet currently is 2nd quickest, and he is a go home car. 40th in the owner's points for the 29 team after they went and won the owner's title last season, so yikes. It's not been the rookie season that Ozkan would have imagined, I think, coming into this one. Ali Nelson in the 36 car is currently 4th quickest, another one of the go homers. 44th in the owner's points coming into this race, so just looking to try and turn this season around a little bit for Nelson. It's been a struggle the last couple of seasons of making races consistently. Both of them also with the Bill Davis team, ironically enough. So we'll have to see if she just looks for a new path next year or something. William Flickinger, the Halo Dodge, currently is 22nd quickest, and they are 47th in the owner's points. That time will not be good enough. They will need to improve, because there's already 3 of them that they're slower than right now. I can see 5 just in the top 10. So Flickinger's time definitely needs to be improved if he's going to make this race. Alger Baranowskis currently is 10th quickest, and this team comes into the race 54th in the owner's points. The second lowest of the COT part-timers, as they are only beating the 98 car actually, so go figure. Joshua Osborne, the Radioactive Energy Chevrolet, this week is 13th quickest. They will race 27th in the owner's points. Not terribly safe, so definitely a car that wants to see a good run here this week. Max Anderson in the Snickers Ford currently is 19th quickest. I don't think that time is going to be good enough, but you never know. 38th in the owner's points for the 88 car. Problems for Allie Nelson. So whatever race she ends up in, she will go to the rear of the field. Not quite sure what happened there. There's damage to the right side of that car. And that is going to be it for round number 1. Dylan Young setting the quickest lap of the session. And for Dylan, that probably means a good shot at getting the pole. We'll have to see. For DeLello, Rowe, Flickinger, Anderson, and Reynolds, I think that they will be going to the house. We'll have to see. I mean, I've been shocked before, but it would be a shock to me to see any of those 5 actually make this race. Henry Williams, Mary Shelley might be borderline. Depends on how the other group does. We'll have to wait and see. But with that, we'll be right back with group number 2. And we are back for group number 2, just waiting on that first car to go out onto the track. And it looks to be the... Okay, I was wrong. I saw the yellow and I was thinking that was the 06. No, it is the 17 of Brennan Patterson that is first out on track. 24th in the owner's points, coming off a top 10 finish at Charlotte in the Coke 600. A good showing for them. I looked back at what the 36 wreck was, and it's unfortunate that that was what ended up happening, but it did cause the engine to go up in smoke, and it is a backup motor for him at the very least. They pulled out on pit. Ali Nelson pulled out on pit lane and got hit by Samet Ozkan. That is literally what happened to cause what happened there. Unfortunate, but it is what it is, so the 36 will be going to the rear of the field. But for Patterson, has the 1 win this season, currently still looking for that second top 5 of the campaign. Matt Dixon, a winner this season, currently comes into this race 50th in the owner's points after skipping out on the Coke 600 last week. Did run fairly decently in the All-Star race, almost got the chance to try out for the 600, but was not to be. We'll have to make it in on speed, though, as a result here. Well, not as a result. They will have to make it in on speed here at Vegas, though. Dixon living nearby, so this is a little bit of a home race for him. Jack James, the Virginia Tech State Water Heaters Chevrolet, has to make it in on speed. 31st in the owner's points for Morgan McClure Racing. And we'll have to see. This was one of the problems that Max Newworth had. They could not qualify this car to save their life. And I happen to remember, at least, it feels like it, at least to me, that Jack James's qualifying has been a little bit lackluster this season. We'll have to see if that ends up hindering him here. Kev Shear in car 43 is 3rd quickest right now. The Goodies Dodge looks like this week, or at the very least the Cheerios sides of that car. Currently the 5th quickest in this session. They will have to make it in on speed. 45th in the owner's points for car 43. Why am I doing that? Levi McIntyre in car number 99, the Office Depot Ford, will race. They are 11th in the owner's points, still looking for their first top 5 of the season. But they've been consistent, so that's all that really matters there. Zach Flickinger in the 55 Napa Toyota will have to make it in on speed. Is currently 15th quickest, but wasting some of his good laps up here on the high side. For the 55, 33rd in the owner's points coming into this race, so we'll have to see how they can do. And right now, I don't know. Their time is not looking good enough, at least. But then again, they haven't even run on the bottom yet. Delon Ebrahimian in the 6 car is currently 17th quickest. They will race, though, the Roush Racing number 6 with AAA sponsorship with nothing on the deck lid this week. 12th in the owner's points. So also still looking for that first top 5 of the season is Ebrahimian. Vince Almarego, the Moen Chevrolet, comes into this race 5th in the owner's points, and so they will race, and looks like a good thing. Right now this week they do not have the speed to be able to really run well, and they just set their fast lap and still are 2nd slowest. Charles Sanford in a little bit of a home race, not exactly his closest track, currently 10th quickest, but Some of his closest family living only 3 hours away from the track in a little bit of a triangle with this and Phoenix as well as Auto Club. So his close family, they're able to make the trip out here, and so he's got a little bit of family here trying to make this race with the Team Chevrolet. Right now, 18th quickest. Preston Plord in car number 20, the Home Depot Chevrolet. I can't read the number. 17th in the owners points. They will have to race their way. They will not have to race their way in. They are locked in. Sorry. That's all that really matters. They will race. It's just a matter of where they start. Will Lewis, the DirecTV Chevrolet, currently 15th quickest, and they will race 19th in the owners points. A winner this season so far. Just trying to turn it around a little bit. They are second in the wild card hunt right now in terms of the owners chase coming in, so that's pretty good for them at least. That's one thing going. Jessica Shelton in car number 21 is currently 12th quickest and 9th in the owners points coming in, so they will race. Just a matter of where they start, and right now the car looks fairly quick, the Ford Motorcraft Ford. Steve Pollard, currently the quickest car on the racetrack, is one of the Go homers, and this is the car that is dead last in the owners points, 55th of 55 cars. Part of that is just the fact that they don't race that often, so looking good to be able to make this race though, that's for sure. I didn't bring up the tab to be able to see how their time ranks amongst the others, but oh well. Charles Jackson does not have the speed this week apparently. The McDonald's Dodge comes in as the owners points leader, and they cannot lose it this week. They have a full race lead over Chris Washer in car number 5 with 7 top 5s and 7 top 10s in 12 races this season. Just think about that. All but 5 races this season right now, Charles Jackson has been running in the top 5 at the finish, including 1 victory this season. And that includes last weekend where they also did not qualify well, so we'll have to see how they can do. Jonathan Zorline currently 19th quickest, but they will race 15th in the owners points, and good to see Zorline on a rebound this season based on how last season at Hendrick Motorsports went. Was not the best of seasons for him. Tom Shelley in the 45 car currently is 21st quickest, and they will have to make it in on speed. 42nd in the owners points. Tom Shelley revisiting the track that had that very horrific wreck just a couple seasons ago. Maybe that's part of the reason why he's not up to speed, it looks like. Mohammed Zain Abdullah, car number 1, the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats Chevrolet, the silverish scheme this week. 14th in the owners points, they will race. That's all that really matters, and right now they do have some pretty decent speed in that car. I mentioned Jack James, I just realized that. Chris Washer, the CarQuest Chevrolet, 22nd quickest right now. They also do not apparently have the speed in this car. Second in the owners points, still looking for that first win on the season. Right now, consistency, I would imagine, has to be what's got him up there, because right now only 2 top 5s for this 5 team so far this season, trying to defend their driver's title with Chris Washer here, or at least that's what Chris Washer's trying to do, and the 5 team trying to rebound and actually make it to the championship this week, or this year, where they didn't last year. Johnny Gardner, the Mobil 1 Dodge, currently is 14th quickest. That's going to be a borderline speed, I would imagine. Is a go homer, 46th in the owners points for the Penske Dodge. And I don't think Gardner really matters where he places this car in points, because he knows he's moving over to Hendrick next season. So becoming the 3rd driver confirmed to that team for next season. So just a matter of who ends up being the other piece to their puzzle, or 2. I think I mentioned Sam Young, but there's his Panasonic car again. Bill Braddock Jr., 3rd on the speed charts, 4th in the owners points, and currently The rookie points leader by 10 points, if I recall correctly. I might have the gap wrong. I don't remember. But he is the rookie points leader coming into Vegas right now, looking to keep it up right now and just put together another solid run. He has been the rookie of the race 4 times this season and has finished the second highest among the rookies twice in addition to those 4. So, been a good season so far for him in terms of Rookie of the Year candidacy. There's Kyle Matthews, currently second quickest. The Lowe's Chevrolet will race 20th in the owner's points for car number, for the 48 car. Okay. Chris Louvier here coming to pit lane in the 01 car, the U.S. Army Chevrolet, the Ginn Racing version. 18th quickest. They will race, though. They are 28th in the owner's points, and if I didn't mention it, Kyle is 20th. Yeah, I think I mentioned that. I remember mentioning that now. I'm all over the place because I screwed up the first attempt at this. Tim Randolph is 7th quickest right now in the 60, trying to make their second consecutive owner's chase as they made it last year. Still looking for that first top 5 of the season as they are 18th in the owner's points coming into this one. Sky Commons is currently 6th quickest as he is one of the Gargoyle homers, 35th in the owner's points. Had a very solid run going at Charlotte, but unfortunately was one of the cars stuck on pit lane at the wrong time. Didn't quite get the finish they deserved. Still looking for their first top 5 of the season. If they can get it here, that would be great. Sky Commons, another one of the guys who lives in the nearby vicinity. I think that does it, actually. Okay, so we're good. I guess I didn't show William Duncan because I didn't remember it being this one. William Duncan, um, they will race. It doesn't matter where they're at in points. 13th in the owner's points coming in. And that is going to be it for group number 2, and qualifying is in the books. So looks like Steve Pollard should be safe to make it in on speed. So I know Steven's going to be very glad to hear that one. Cars in trouble out of this group, I think they will be Charles Sanford, Tom Shelley, Kev Shear. I would not feel confident in Gardner's time necessarily, and Flickinger's going to be borderline as well. I don't know. We'll have to see. But either way, that is it for me. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't did it for more racing and gaming related content. I'm Gordon Fenton, and I'll see you next time.